84. Stanzas 83 to 86. The fascination for the body is being criticized, so that one should get rid of this fascination for the body, because of which there is identification with the body. An illustration is given. Yaha Sharira Poshanarthi san Atmanam Didrikshate. Yaha Atmanam Didrikshate. The one who wants to gain the Sakshatkara, direct cognition, Aparokshanubhava of Atma Sarupa. But how? Sharira Poshanarthi san. Of course, that is what everyone should aspire for, Atma Sakshatkara. That is the goal of life. But he does it with Sharira Poshanarthi san, always being totally preoccupied in the sustenance of the body. Shastra doesn't say that you neglect the body, but upkeep of the body, pampering the body alone cannot be the goal of life. So that means that he is Vyagra, totally preoccupied in keeping the body upright, or that is that taking care of the body. He says such a person, because he has got Atma Didriksha, desire to gain the Atma Jnana, desire to have the Sakshatkar of Atma is there, but with the identification of the body, with the fascination of the body, he says it is just like this. How? A person who wants to cross over a river. To cross over a river, what is necessary? A boat or a raft or at least a log of wood. This fellow thought he got a log of wood and he started riding on that. Do you know what it was? It was a crocodile. He is sitting on a crocodile to cross over the river, thinking that it is a log of wood. What will be the fate of this person? He wants to cross the river, watery grave, but that crocodile is not going to keep him like that only. So like this. So long as that fascination of the body is there and one is totally preoccupied in the maintenance of the body or whatever it may be, so catering to all the desires of the body, it is just like crossing over a river, sitting on a crocodile. Why so? This is that identification with the embodiment is the one which keeps the samsara continue. Olden days gramophone records, a disc is revolving, a recorded disc is revolving. Okay? A pin is attached to that. When the pin is attached, all music, whatever tragedy, comedy, all will come. Just lift the pin little up, not in contact with the disc. What happens? It may go on revolving. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Is it not? Like that. We may have all everything pre-recorded only. We have got pre-recorded cassettes, CDs, nowadays cassette काम से गया भी. Pre-recorded CDs are there. In terms of what? All our impressions of the past giving rise to the tragedy and comedy of the samsara. But if this pin of ahankara, identifying the body, is not there, nothing can emerge. For example, in sleep, there is no identification with the body. Have you got the sukha dukkha's of the waking and the dream world? Right? No identification. In the waking world, identifying with the gross body and the subtle body, sukha dukkha's are there. In the dream, no identification with the gross body, but identifying the subtle body is there, sukha dukkha's are there, but no sukha dukkha's on account of gross body. In sleep, both gross and subtle body identities are not there. No, sir. Even if a person suffering from acute cancer, unbearable pain he may have, but if he is asleep, no pain. Why? No identification with the body. So therefore, this is there. And that happens because of what? A wrong ignorance and the consequent wrong notion that I am the body, for which first you knock down the fascination with the body. Why this body is not, that is something greatest, of course. It is not to condemn the body as the tool. Body is the tool. Shariram adyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Anything worthwhile you want to accomplish in the life, body alone is the tool. Keep the tool in proper condition, but never, it is not meant for pampering as such. Shastra always says, because you can't neglect the body that way. It is necessary. See, if health is not there, you forget moksha. This fellow dharma, artha, kama will not be able to accomplish, will not be able to go to office or look after the business or profession, etc., etc. No, this is the first thing necessary. But we should know what is the final purpose of this human embodiment. That means the key. This identification with the embodiment, fascination for the body is condemned here. Therefore, a viveki, one who is mumukshu, one wants to gain the moksha, and one who has got viveka, what should this fascination and consequent identification with the body has to be given up. Continuing.
Moha eva mahamrutyuhu mumukshorva puradishu moho vinirjito yena samukti padamarhati. muktipadam arhati. Again, mumukshoho vapuhu adishu mohaha eva mahamrityuhu yena mohaha vinirjitaha saha muktipadam arhati.
Mumukshoho. To a mumukshu. With a mumukshu. Moktum ichchuhu mumukshu. What is mumuksha? Moktum ichcha mumuksha. Intense desire to get freed from the limitations of samsara. And one who has got such desire, moktum ichchuhu, is mumukshu. Be very careful. What is told here is meant for mumukshu and not anyone else. We will see why it is not for anyone else. We will see later. Mumukshu. So, mumukshu means he wants to gain moksha. Moksha is possible by Atma-jnana. So long as identification, the embodiment is there, Atma-jnana is not possible. So therefore, for such a mumukshu, Vapuradishu mohaha eva mahamrutyuhu. Vapu adishu. Vapu means body. Adi for mind. Gross body, subtle body, in that mind, intellect and all that. So, and their accomplishment. What was it? Mohaha eva. What is mohaha? Aham mama bhava. Notion of I and mindness. M-I-N-E, mind. Notion of I and mindness, where in the Vapuradishu is Mahamrutyuhu. What is this Mahamrutyu? Great death. Why it is called? How that phrase fits in here, Mahamrutyu, great death. A dead person, is he capable of doing anything? A dead person is incapable of doing anything like this. If this mukshu has got aham and mama bhava in the body, he is incapable of accomplishing anything as far as the gaining the moksha is concerned. That's why mumukshu. Suppose somebody wants to become the Miss India, Miss World or Miss Universe. Don't tell this. Total identity in the body. So even knows if it is little this thing, plastic surgery, eyebrows, how to be trimmed and all that. All this, it is not. Why? Body is everything. Body is everything. So this is for who? Mumukshoho. Mumukshoho. So because it is meant this person is totally incapable, that's all. See, totally incapable of gaining Atma-jnana and thereby moksha. That is why he is called Mahamrutyu. In contrast to this, he says, Yena mohaha vinirjitaha. This moha, what moha? Aham mama bhava in the dehadishu, vapuradishu. Vinirjitaha, totally conquered, means one who has got rid of aham mama bhava in the body, etc. That person saha mukti padam arhati. Arhati deserves. He deserves the moksha. Mukti pada means moksha. Means he deserves to gain the Atma-jnana and thereby he deserves moksha. Therefore what is to be done now? This dehadishu moha aham mama bhava is mahamrutyu, has to be get rid of by all means. Let us.
Moham jahi mahamrutyum devadara sutadishu yam jitva munayo विष्णोः परमं पदं यान्ति. Again, देहदारसुतादिषु मोहं महामृत्युं जहि यं जित्वा मुनयः तद् विष्णोः परमं पदं यान्ति.
Deha dara sutadishu moham. Moham means moharupam mahamrutyum jahi. Jahi, give up, abandon. What? This mahamrutyu in the form of what? Moha, identification and notion of mindness, where deha dara sutadishu. Deha, in one's own embodiment, the notion of I-ness. Dara, wife, husband, wife, that's it. Suta, children. Adi, adi for mitra, dhana, adi. In all these, see, deha, dara, sutadishu, this moham, moha is, this moha rupa means tadatmya, identification and the notion of mindness, which is like mahamrutyu. Why mahamrutyu? It deprives you of your swarupa and makes you totally incapable of discovering your swarupa. So it makes you totally incapable of directly experiencing your swarupa by depriving you from your swarupa. So therefore mahamrutyum jahi, destroy. How? You have to take that Vedantartha vicharanena, by taking to vichara, inquiry, as guided by the Upanishad. And you know, if once that is given up, the person becomes fit to gain the Atma Jnana and Moksha. He can discover his Swarupa. Yam jitva. Yam jitva means Yam moharupam mahamrutyum jitva. Having conquered. So having conquered, jitva. Why jitva, conquered? See, conquering means you are encountering a very powerful enemy. Is it deha, that is deha dara sutadishu moharupa mahamruti is very strong? Is it strong? No? No. Then you don't need Vedanta at all. You know why it is strong? See, for example, some disease. Older the disease, difficult to cure. That's why they say. That's why even prevention is better than cure. You know that? Prevention is better than cure. Present day high-tech medicine has totally forgotten prevention aspect. It is only a subject for the medical students, one subject there to write and get the mark, then nobody is bothered about it. Many of these diseases are the functional diseases. Even for example, lifestyle has changed so much, basic things are forgotten. Our embodiment is a miniature of the entire nature. It is a part and parcel of the nature. For example, say one of the simple aspects, taking the dinner time. Nowadays, by the time the fellow comes from office, it's already 10 o'clock. By 11 or so they take as well. And then afterward, after 1 hour, they go to sleep. You know what is that? As you go farther from the sunset, digestion becomes more and more difficult. then you go away from that, it will say. And when the digestion thing, everything is dependent on the stomach. All toxins and this and that are going to get accumulated. Finally, you may do bypass, that is a different thing. So, like that, no? Gutter is choked, bypass. The never care to clear the gutter. Anyway, emergency required. Okay, not that is that. It has got its own place. I am not against that, etc. But no, but these are all, this thing is there, see, not see. So that means proper digestion, etc. The Agni, Jatra Agni becomes dull and dull and dull as the night advances. Now with present modern this lifestyle, how is it possible? Somebody said, a doctor was being interviewed, a doctor from America. He said by 6:30, by 5:36 we finish our dinner. And the interview is from Prashanti Nilayam radio. The interviewer said, our bhajans don't get over by 5:30. Our bhajans themselves don't get over by 5:30. Leave alone the taking dinner by 5:30. So that is, at least they will be able to take by 7. But here office people, business people, professional people, so that is, and heavy food. That also is that heavy. This is only sample. So man has totally got away from the nature. All adverse things are coming anyway. So that was it. So Mahavati. So that means why this the Moha Rupa Mahamruti is very difficult to conquer. Since when it has come into existence, just like a disease, older the disease, difficult to cure. So since when this Moha Rupa Mahamruti has come into existence, we have to say Anadi. Why? It is the product of avidya, ajnana of Atma Swarupa. When did the ajnana of Atma Swarupa begin? Ajnana is beginningless, but it can be ended. So that being the case, Anadi. Now since Anadi time, beginningless time, it is going on, how strong it should be? So therefore it says, Jitva. Then one may say, how is it possible? Such deeply rooted identification and notion of minus, etc. How can it be seen? There is a method. There is a method. What is the method? Say, though it is so deeply rooted, by gaining the proper guidance from a proper acharya based on the Shruti, and preparing oneself properly in terms of sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, it is possible. See, now you will understand why Vedanta is harping on sadhana chatushtaya sampatti to the utter annoyance of mumukshu. Is it no? क्या बात है बार बार विवेक वैराग्य. If only Viveka Vairagya were not there, how nice Vedanta would have been there. Any other branch of knowledge have you seen? We are asking you to take to Viveka and Vairagya. Nowadays, Vedanta also is getting modified, not getting modified, people are modifying. Do you know, Bhagavan? Vivek Vairagya बोलेगा तो clientele कैसे आएंगे? Say, who will come for listen Vedanta? This fellow. Therefore, one who says, no. You need not control this. This person knows Vedanta proper. This is dancing to the gallery, you know that? Playing to the gallery. Yeah. Because Vairagya is the number one detested by everyone. Why? Thoda sa happiness, anand milta. These fellows are depriving us of that also. They are not depriving us only opening your eyes, my dear. Please think. Please think. Know the problem first. What is the problem? So that is the again we have seen Vedanta Adhyatma Shastra doesn't want to deprive anyone of little tinsels of joy one is getting, but points out, my dear sir, you are searching and trying to get at a wrong place where it is not. You may think that you got from the Vishaya, sense object, but it is not in the Vishaya, it is your Swarupa. Why Dravida? No, Dravida Pranayama, I already told many times. Why Dravida Pranayama? Directly, you see, if one is convinced about Viveka, Vairagya, afterward, Shama, Dama, Uparama, etc. are easy. They say, in the heaven, to go to heaven, there are Dwarapalas. There are very, that is Satya, Ahimsa, like this, there are the Dwarapalas. So that is it. No under the table deal will take place there. इधर के जैसा नहीं होगा. They say, if you are familiar, you know well one Dwarapala, means if you have practiced one value thoroughly, वो बोले ये अपना ही आदमी जाने दो इसको. He will introduce to the other Dwarapalas and will not make you pass through as such. So like that, if one Dwarapala Vairagya born of Viveka is made strong, afterwards other Dwarapala, Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, they are not that difficult to give. That's why Viveka. So that's it. So that being the case, so therefore why it is this thing? Though it is difficult, by proper teaching based on the Upanishads and preparing oneself in terms of though the identification with the embodiment is deep rooted and anadi time it goes on, by proper guidance of a competent acharya and fortified by sadhana chatush sampatti, it is possible to overcome this moha rupa mahavrityu. That's why it is said jitva, having conquered. Who? Munayaha, munis. What are these munis? Manana Sheelaha. Muni means don't go with filmy dunya muni. Sitting under a banyan tree with their hand resting on the tea, silvery beard and all that, not that way. So muni, rishis, not that way. Manana Sheela, one who has taken to reflection. Manana means it presupposes Shravana. One has taken to Atma Anatma Vichara and is taken to Manana. Munayaha tad Vishnoho paramam padam yanti. Yanti prapnuvanti, gain. What do they gain? That Vishnoho paramam padam, the supreme abode of Vishnu. Be careful, don't get carried away by the word Vishnu here as Vaikuntadipati Vishnu. This phrase, Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam, is a phrase borrowed from Kathopanishad. And in the Kathopanishad, there is no context of Vaikuntavasi Vishnu at all. What is Vishnu? Veveti iti Vishnu. Vyapakatvat iti Vishnu. The one who is all pervasive. The one who is all pervasive is Vishnu. Now, can the Vaikuntadhipati Vishnu be all pervasive? No. How can you come on, verify, prove it? Vaikuntadhipati Vishnu is not all pervasive. If he is all pervasive, where he should be here or not? Anywhere here, Shankha Chakra, Gadadhari, Vishnu, you have this thing. In the temple, etc., idol will be there. But that is not it is idol, not that actual Vishnu as such. So that being the case, so therefore, so not that way. Satya Sai Baba generally says, I am within you, around you, above you. Always says, I am within you, around you, above you, below you. A small figure is sitting in Puttaparthi, how it can be within you, around you, above you, below you, all how is it possible? So that means what? That is the Chit Tattva, the Chaitanya Tattva, Atma Tattva, Brahma Tattva, all pervasive in nature. That is what is called as Vishnoho Parampada. Elsewhere it is called as Shiva also. Again, Shiva is not Trilochana Shiva, not Kailasadhipati Shiva. Shiva is Mandukya, Shiva. Mandukya word uses the word Shiva. So that is Mangala Swarupa, Paramananda Swarupa. Only Atma, Brahma can be so Chaitanya Swarupa. Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam Yanti Prapnuvanti they give. So therefore, this fascination for the body has to be got rid of, and one should not have that Moha Rupa Mahamrityu identification with the body. Now hereafter, from 87 to 91, gross body is condemned, and further description of the gross body is given. 87 to 91. See, in some books the verse numbers change. Perhaps I have taken this, I don't remember. In fact, in my book they are different, but I have taken these numbers possibly as per the Chinmaya Mission book, possibly, I don't remember. So I have taken this, but take that. You can, once you note it, then you will be able to correlate it. 88, you make it at 86, that's all. In my book it is 88, make it 86, or whatever it may be. Moham Jahi Mahamrutyum Dehadar, so that is you make it at 86. Then this, of course, afterwards also somewhere half stanza here, half stanza the Gadbadi, the better see. From 87, that is Tvang Mausa Rudra, etc. onwards, up to 91, gross body is condemned, and the further description of gross body is given. Idam sthulam vapuhu nindyam. This sthula vapu sharira, this gross body is nindhyam, detestable, abhorring. Is it so? We have got most fascination for the body. Is it? This body is highly detestable, nindya, abhorring. For us it doesn't appear to be so because we don't care to inquire into the nature of the find out what this body is made up of. Any one ingredient we will never dare to go anywhere near about that. By all means you will avoid them. This body is made up of what? Twang, skin. The skin is nice, is it not? Bhagwan's creation is such that it looks so nice. Skin is nice so long as the person is alive. Just peel off the skin and give it to somebody. Birthday gift. So, such skin. Mausa, flesh. Rudhira, blood. Snayu, muscles. Medaha, that is medaha, fat. Majja, marrow, marrow. Some liquid inside the bones, some liquid. It's very important. My God. This marrow transplant for some cancer is there. So they do that. So that marrow transplant. Very good. Marrow, asthi, bones, sankulam, aggregate of that, collection. This body is a collection, aggregate of skin, flesh, blood, muscles, fat, marrow, bones. Yes or no? You need not do anatomical dissection, okay? So common sense tells that this thing is the body. Fine. At least vesture is so ugly. So what? Inside precious things. Inside precious things will be there. Like that, no? See, diamonds, etc. are kept in safe vault. Made up of what? Iron, is it not? Iron not precious. So they are there. Like that, body is okay, that is made up of such ugly things, etc. Inside, what is inside? It says, Mudra Purishapya Purnam. Purnam, totally filled with Mudra and Purisha. Purisha means feces. See, inside it is born of Mudra and Purisha feces. Anyone who would like to go near? But so long as the body is there, oh, my body, I am so great, etc., etc., it comes. See, no constituent of the body is sacred, all filthy only. Even these also filthy. See, Bhagwan's creation is such that he is a master packer. See, why? He has packed such a filthy body in such a way that it appears to be so beautiful. Other day we say, Master Dhobi, Bhagwan is Master Dhobi. Bhagwan is master in everything. That's why, it's a Sukritam. Sukritam. This creation is what? Well done. No one can imagine a better world as such. That is the well done world as such. So that is that he is master in everything as such. Because why? Master in everything. Sarvajnaha, Sarva Shaktiman, Sarva Astitvaman. So that being the case, so that is that. That is the purpose. Because it has to serve a purpose, for that it is made in this way. Suppose, and another reason, why body is made up of all these things, so that you should not get identified with such a filthy body, but we are great. In spite of that, we get identified. That's why our eyes need to be open. Sir, please think. This is what the body is made up of. This is what it contains. So therefore, Purna Mutra Pradeshata, idam vapuhu, idam sthulam vapuhu, nindam. See, any one ingredient is nindya, bundle of all this is certainly nindya, detestable. So that is why the gross body is condemned. How it is made up of? What is its role? So slowly now proceed.
Panchikritebhyo bhutebhyah stulebhyah purvakarmana samutpannamidam stulam bhogayatanamaatmanah avasthajagarastasya sthulathanubhavo yatah panchikritebhyo bhutebhyah stulebhyah purvakarmana samutpannamidam stulam bhogayatanamaatmanah avasthajagarastasya sthulathanubhavo yatah अन्वय idam sthulam panchikritebhyah stulebhyah bhutebhyah purvakarmana samutpannam add tat atmanah bhogayatanam add bhavati tasya jagarah avastha yatah sthulathanubhavah. Again, idam sthulam panchikritebhyah stulebhyah bhutebhyah purvakarmana samutpannam add tat atmanah bhogayatanam add bhavati tasya jagarah avastha yatah sthulathanubhavah.
Idam sthulam means this sthula sharira. Sthulam stands for sthula sharira. This gross body, what it is made up of? This is panchikritebhyah stulebhyah bhutebhyah samutpannam. Samutpannam, it is made up of, it is born of. Panchikrita stulebhyah bhutebhyah, from the 5 panchikrita mahabhutas, 5 grossified elements. I hope you remember what is panchikarana. From Brahma, conditioned by Maya, 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, earth, first are born in Tanmatra form. Tanmatra form means nascent form, original form. They undergo a process of grossification called Panchikarana. We have seen details of Panchikarana process. And then what happens? These subtle elements become the grossified. The 5 elements that we perceive are panchikrita. Apanchikrita, subtle elements cannot be perceived at all. So this gross body is made up of 5 grossified elements after panchikarana process, after the grossification. But what is the blueprint for that? No two bodies are the same, varieties of embodiment, not simply human embodiment. They say 84 lakhs of species are there. No two species is one and the same. So what makes it to be so different as such? This is the blueprint. Purva karmana, because of past karma phalas. Why this body has to be this way and not the other way is determined by, it is already programmed. Programmed by what? Past karma phalas. See, therefore there is no point in comparing and contrasting and all those things. This body has to be like this, that body has to be that way only. That is the blueprint given by the earlier karma phalas. So that is, if karma phalas are good, body is good. So see, that's why I say how the disparity is there. It is all because of the blueprint of karma phala. So that is why Vedas caution us at the time of doing the action. Don't do these actions. You will incur sin and will get punished. Take to these actions. You will be rewarded in terms of punya and you will be receiving it. So that being the case. So that is how one has to guard oneself at the time of action. Once the action is over, card is punched. And that result, don't think it is going to come in this. It can be after many kalpa. That's why I say there are many people who are very noble, religious, villainous, and who have not done anything wrong and yet they suffer. Do you know why? Past something. There are rogues and scoundrels. They don't know anything good and yet they are enjoying. This generally question that is asked. So this, nobody is interested in Vedanta, such things only everybody is that. See, I am a very pious person and I suffer how much? See my neighbor, criminal number 1, and he is enjoying. The mistake we do, connecting with what we do now, with what we experience now, that is not correct. If I am suffering in spite of my goodness, it is because of some past wrong actions. If the other person is enjoying in spite of all the bad things, it is because of some past good things. Today's good that you have done is bound to get rewarded one time or other. Today's bad that other person has done is going to get punished one day or other. There is no exception or circumventing the laws of karma. Certain provisions are there, like prayashchitta. To some extent, they may decrease the impact. For example, devotion, etc. Devotion, etc. Many times what happens? One has to undergo the bhoga, but has got a capacity to endure it. One can go through that. You know that one, the nice way of putting it is, see, once a Lord told, Bhagavan told to the devotee, see, whenever I am always with you to help and guide. And he showed, look, so on the beach he showed the footsteps, always 4 footsteps. Do you know? 2 footsteps belong to you and 2 footsteps are mine. So he has got Shraddha in that. So that this devotee started scrutinizing the footsteps, and he found at places only 2 footsteps were there. And he could also find out these were the time of distress, acute distress. He said, Bhagavan, what did you tell me? You are always with me to help me and guide me, but these periods of acute distress, I find only 2, means you have deserted me, is it not? My dear son, these 2 footsteps are mine and not thine, At that time, I had lifted you up and I was carrying you. Therefore, your footsteps are not seen there, only my footsteps are there. So that is that. So Bhagavan is there to help and guide. Some prayaschitta, name of the Lord, etc. may be there, but he will not, generally, Parameshwara will not interfere in the karma phalas unless it is absolutely indispensable. Yes, he can. It is within his, he can. There is nothing impossible for him. But generally as a law he will not. But at times he will give the courage and strength to go through that. But anyway, law of karma has to have its own recourse. Swakarmana. This body is designed in such a way according to one's own karma phala, the blueprint of karma phala. So purva karmana idam samutpannam, and that is atmanaha bhogayatanam bhavati. It is ayatana, abode of bhoga. Bhoga means all experiences. Bhoga means we say enjoyment, not simply enjoyment. See, it is suffering also. All experiences, good or bad, it is the abode. Is it not so? If the physical body is not there, how are we going to interact with the world? Without interacting with the world, how are we going to eke out the experiences of joys and sorrows? Just like a shopkeeper sitting in the shop, transacting and earning or losing, profit or loss. Shop is the ayatana, abode. For any profession, this is the abode. Like that, for us, the individuals, the physical body is like a shop, the abode, from where we transact with the world and gain the experiences of joys and sorrows. So therefore it is bhogayatanam atmanaha, for atma who is conditioned by ignorance and its avidya, affects the avidya karya. This is the abode of eking out the experiences of joys and sorrows. Now, what is the prominent state of this gross body? How many states of experiences are there? Waking state, dream state and deep sleep state. Avasthatraya, the 3 states of experiences. What is the exclusive state of experience? What is the mukhya avastha of this gross body? Tasya jagaraha avastha. Tasya means sthula sharirasya, sthula dehasya, jagaraha avastha. That is, waking state is its prominent state, exclusive state. How? What is the reason? Yataha sthularthanubhavaha. Yataha. Yasmat. In the waking state, we have the experience of the gross world, the gross sense objects, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The last line, Anvaya, can be this way also. Yataha sthularthanubhavaha tataha tasya jagaraha avastha. Same thing. Because in this waking state, we can have the experience of the gross world having gross objects. Therefore, waking state is the prominent state or exclusive state of Sthula Sharira. We can verify this. In the dream and in the deep sleep state, we don't have experience of the gross world. In dream, subtle world is experienced. In the deep sleep state, neither gross world experience nor the subtle world experience. So therefore, waking state is the exclusive state of this Sthula Sharira. Same thing, that waking state is the prominent state, Mukhya Avastha of the Sthula Sharira is elaborated in the next stanza. We'll see.